It's misleading to say that Asleep in My Palm is a tale of sexual awakening. If anything, romantic exploration is merely a tool for the characters to assert their agency. The movie marks Henry Nelson's directorial debut and features his father, Tim Blake Nelson, starring and producing. As Henry Nelson also wrote the film, it's interesting to see how much it explores the nature of parent-child relationships. Tom, Blake Nelson, is an impoverished father who tries to build a life for his daughter, Beth and Chloe Kerwin. However, he soon finds he can't keep her from the world forever. In the middle of winter break on the outskirts of a college campus, Tom and Beth live on the fringes of society. Tom is happy with their isolation and prefers that they keep their distance from the students and the town's residents. Conversely, Beth tries to hide her discontent from her father, whom she loves. However, she's tired of feeling like an outsider looking in on a life she will never be able to inhabit. Tom's fear and hatred of the world are all that Beth knows, but she is pulled toward companionship outside her small world. Tim Blake Nelson gives a standout performance, which elevates the emotional impact of newcomer Chloe Kerwin. Blake Nelson is best known for his performance in The Ballad of Buster Scruggs and his work as a character actor. However, this doesn't stop him from stepping into the dramatic role and capturing the audience's attention in every scene. Tom is a complicated man, and Nelson's script shines in its ability to make us empathize with him deeply. He often assumes the role of mouthpiece for communicating the central themes and moral lessons of the movie. This characterizes him as the source of all knowledge for both us and Beth Ann. Kerwin may be early in her career, but she already holds her own next to a veteran like Blake Nelson. The easy intimacy and rapport of a parent and child bonded by hardship and struggle comes naturally to both actors. Tom does not show as much emotion as Beth Ann, allowing Kerwin to assert herself using her vulnerability. In the film's most crushing moment, she attempts to connect with college student Milla, Gus Burney, and is rejected. While the stakes are higher for the lonely Beth Ann, it's a feeling anyone who was once a teenager knows well. Performances aside, the pacing could be faster, and some scenes with extended dialogue could do with cuts. The characters tell us exactly what they think or use thinly veiled metaphors to communicate the same point one too many times within the same conversation. That being said, the dialogue is compelling, if occasionally repetitive. While the film's open-ended conclusion could be read as the nature of life not providing a neatly wrapped ending, it does leave us with the slight sense that Nelson had run out of ideas following the last-second twist in the third act. Conversely, Nelson's strength is the definitive nature of his visual style. Ohio's brutal winter plays as large a role as any of the characters. The warmth of the ramshackle home that Beth and Tom have created is juxtaposed with the sterile atmosphere of the college dorms. This metaphor is poignant but verges on being too on the nose. During their adventures, the cavernous empty warehouses Tom and Beth explore are filled with magic, but only for those capable of seeing it. They're also just as full of the isolation Tom sees as vital to survival in this life. The class commentary isn't as biting as it could be. The division between the college students and Beth is diminished by the film's final twist. Asleep in My Palm official trailer. Play video. The final twist completely changes the story and undercuts much of the class critique the plot hinges on. While this humanizes the wealthy college students, it takes away from the experience of the two leads that we have been rooting for. It's an example of how Asleep in My Palm can't make up its mind about society. Technology is condemned for leading individuals to be shallow, but it also connects them. Beth and Tom share happy memories, and she cannot separate him and his lessons from her identity. However, she realizes that some of his actions are unforgivable.